I saw 4 NYPD cops, including a sergeant, go into this guy's apartment earlier, and they're taking him to jail for domestic battery. He beat up a girl. They're here to get him, and they don't tell him that until there's 2 of them in his apartment and 2 of them in the hall, and he's in the middle, and he's like, "Y'all give me a minute," and it's just like he's clearly not wanting to be part of this, and then they grab him, and we start wrestling, and shit's falling everywhere, and immediately,
this guy's a proven fighter.
Right away, he gets one of the cops' guns.
I knew it.
Right away, he's got a cop's gun, and the cop goes, "He's got my gun!" And so both of the lady cops run away.
That's probably a smart move. He's got a gun.
Both of the lady cops run into the hallway and abandon.
Just last week, Kyle was like, "You can't try that shit in America. American cops don't back down." Remember that conversation?
I don't remember
He meant
specifically
men.
what I was referring to, but I mean man cops. Because the 2 man cops are on this dude like fucking glue. They're on they're whooping his ass. One of them has his hands on the gun, trying to keep it pointed the right way, and it's going off, bang, bang, and somebody's getting hit. You can hear, when you're fighting with body cams on, it's a mess. What you're seeing, you're getting sort of flashes and sort of. You can kind of tell what's happening until they go to the ladies' body cams. Then you get this nice, stable, panoramic view. Actually, they could get a little closer to the action. Maybe we could see what was going on.
Do it, Danny.
Woody, they are 2 men fighting a third on the floor for their fucking lives. One's trying to wrestle the gun away. The other's trying to do whatever he can to keep everybody alive. It's life or death. One lady, all over her radio, she's letting folks know that, hey, 20 minutes from now, y'all need to know there's going to be dead people. So like she's talking to people who are miles away for some reason about something that's happening right fucking now. Only a woman, a stupid one, would do something like this, because all of us here know that we need to get in the fucking pile right fucking now. I'm gonna get his butthole or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a testicle, and Taylor's gonna start breaking his fingers.
Test his oil with fingers.
If I was king, 3 people on the dude, 1 guy on the radio.
She's been on the radio for too long. She's telling a story.
Okay. Yeah,
she's like, he's got brown eyes, Nike shoes. I think is that a Buffalo Bills jersey, sir? Ain't no Bills jersey. This is Jets, baby. Okay, Jets.
His interests include
he's kind of charming. I think
his interests include beating my ass and scaring me.
She's not the worst. She's not the worst, because the fattest lady cop, who was the furthest down the hall from the fight, really got out of there like she'd seen a rat. Peeks back in, pushes the door open, and goes, bang, and just shoots into the pile of bodies and then runs away again.
One shot, 3 kills.
She didn't hit anything.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't hit anything. The bad guy ended up shot like twice, I think. I think the cops were beat up and fucked up from glass and stuff like that. I think that's how it ended. That not only anybody died, but it was a miracle. And if those ladies hadn't been there, it had gone so much more fucking smoothly. God, if I was a cop and they made a real cop, not some fucking pull you over for a DUI. If I was a real fucking cop and they made a lady or just an incompetent pussy, anybody who can't do their fucking job and back me up, I would have to quit. I would volunteer for some other shit.
More big, giant.
I'm okay with that
guy or woman.
Let me tell you why I'm okay with a big fat guy. Like literally in my local police.
Because you seek cover during gunfights?
Yeah.
Maybe. I know a big giant fat cop. Nice enough guy. He arrested me. He let me smoke cigarettes in his car while I was waiting on the warrant.
Shamu took good care of you.
Nice. He's over there. He's like, "Can I have one of the Marlboro Lights? Oh, you can have the whole pack, Kyle."
You know, they're not going to have those where you're going.
That's what I said. That was very much implied. But he's a big boy. I'm going to say 300s, maybe 350, because he's tall too. And we were shooting the shit one time because he didn't always arrest me. Sometimes we were just talking about like being normal people. In a prior conversation that when I'd known him, and he was like, "Oh, there was this one guy, and he was just going crazy. He was on something." and we couldn't hold him down. We couldn't get his hands to handcuff him. I don't use the guy's real name, but Davey came in there and sat on it. And that was that. He didn't move a bit after that. He was stuck under Davey. Davey said, "You let me know when you want me to get up." It didn't take long.
All right. Well, Officer Davey seems like a good cop.
Like having that much weight to just be applied somewhere is honestly something I could appreciate in a partner. Now he's not going to be quick on the feet, but how often do you chase somebody like it's TV, right?
Kyle's next partner
yeah.
is Lizzo.
I'd quit. I'd have to quit.
She's a good sitter.
I bet she sits with the best of them.
I bet she sits all the time.
I bet she could do some sort of like stripper ass slam move on him for real, and it would fuck you up.
Yeah, she's a big fatty, so that's the only requirement for that is to be big and fat.
No, I'd much rather have an obese man as my partner. I just want somebody who's not a pussy, who can throw a punch or at least take one, and like is ready to go and can operate that handgun. Well, you don't need to be John Wick, but you better need to. You should be able to reload that thing at a moment's notice. You should be able to clear a jam, and you should be able to put bullets on target in a moment's notice. I don't. That's a scary fucking job. I can't imagine doing it. I'd be so worried about getting shot by the other cops. And when I watch those police videos, I'm usually much more afraid of the other cops than if I'm putting myself in the guy who's wearing the camera. Mm-hmm. I'm in his shoes now. I'm on board with him. He's my player, and I'm like, man, those cops. Whoa, that bitch over there is pointing at you, dude. Move. Oh, circle out. Because there's so many like crossfires, and people are getting so like nobody cares about their muzzles. Everybody's pointing rifles at each other, and then they shoot. And it's like, dude, we're all skipping bullets off this guy laying on the ground who's been dead. And it's like, why are you still shooting at me? Like there's bullets bouncing over my head.
We don't get to shoot people that often, Kyle.
That's what it feels like. There's a great video today that's making the rounds of the cops pulling the guy over for suspected DUI, and then they open a bottle of vodka, pour it out, throw it in his car, and arrest him for open container.
What?
You see them do it?
The whole thing.
They weren't even sly.
No, the whole thing.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's
baffling.
The punishment for that should be really big. Like, the public has entrusted these policemen and put them in a position of authority where they can really make a difference in people's lives. And for them to betray our trust on that level, like that's outrageous to frame people for crimes.
Yeah.
Shit. 10 years.
I really like
prison?
those First Amendment auditor guys who go and like do. I think some people don't like it. I think they see it as a shitty thing to do, but I love it because they.
Do you ever watch Audit the Auditor?
Yeah, I like him too. He sort of gives like legal overlay.
Maybe a little dry, but I learn a lot.
Same. Yeah, I don't mind the dryness because it's interesting to, I don't know, to hear. Yeah, especially I like all the stuff that involves lawyers giving you points of view. Often it comes down to, well, can they do this? Sometimes. And that's not, I don't need ambiguous, bro. And it's like, well, the law is ambiguous. That's the thing. Most of the time it's like, no, they can't do that, but you're going to need to file a suit if you want anything done about it. That's why I like that one guy who sues them and gets those 6-figure judgments. I really like that shit. I like him antagonizing cops. I like him antagonizing business owners. He pepper sprays a lot, which frankly I enjoy. He'll go outside like a construction yard and start just recording. And every time a car goes by, he'll go 6783 Alpha. He'll and it's just it's literally a car who came in to like turn around. Has nothing to do with any. And the construction workers are like, yo, what are you doing here? And he's just like, none of your fucking business.
He's looking for trouble. He's always.
You can't be here on this. Yeah, I can. I can be where I want. I'm recording. I'm documenting. It doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Operation construction site bomb is underway.
And so like he's got his pepper spray on him. He's ready to rock and roll. And as soon as they come after him, as soon as they get aggressive, they lay hands on him. He doesn't care who it is. Old men, old women. Like
old women.
He calls it smurfing them because he uses the pepper spray that's got the blue dye in it. So his videos will be like, cocky construction worker gets smurfed.
So he's
Like-
he's not even bothering cops. He's just bothering a guy who's like trying to
Right.
move pails of
He
fucking
wants-
concrete.
Well, he bothers them so the cops will show up and overstep, because you get, and that's what happens. He ended up getting arrested for that, even though he's clearly like the guy's chasing him down the street, like this, like trying to get him. He's running backwards, like, leave me alone, bro, holding his camera gear, and this guy's chasing him, like sort of clawing at air, trying to catch him, and he gives him a little squirt, and that's it. Pepper spray's so rough. It's
Yeah,
so
I've
bad.
never seen anyone just shrug off pepper spray.
Yeah. You can act like it doesn't hurt, but you can't keep going on your mission. Your mission's over. Now your mission is find a bottle of water.
Yeah.
It's
It's
bad.
funny you said that. It was this late night TV show, and there was a dude in a black leather jacket, which matters, and they tased him. They got him like through the jacket, and while he was being tased, he had no fight in him. But the second the taser turns off, he was 100%. Like there was no lasting effect.
Mhm.
And then they pepper sprayed him, and he was done. He didn't want anything to do with anything except like water in his eyes. Like he just had to address that problem. And it was like, I see the difference. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a real attitude adjustment. That's how I would put it. It's if you ever been hit in the face, you notice how that gets your attention like real quick.
It
It's
can go both
like,
ways. Like
What do you
I'm
mean?
sorry. I mean, it can activate fight or flight. And sometimes I can imagine someone who gets more aggressive because of a taser, but not pepper spray.
Oh yeah. Often I see
taser
that.
misses.
So some of the times, sometimes they'll use a taser and they'll dry tase people, just using it as a stun gun, essentially, like where they have to make contact when they don't want to give them their hands, or when they don't want to get out of a car. And if you're going to do that, you really need to be in a position of physical dominance, or at least potential physical dominance, meaning I can do this, and even if you like try to lurch at me, fuck you, because you're a little person, and I'm a big person. But I see like women be like, I'm gonna tase you, and the guy's like, fuck you, and like takes their shit away and kills their partner. I've seen so many videos like that but whenever they're trying to get a person's hands, that taser seems to do the trick. They'll put that thing in the middle of their back, like on that big chain of muscles on your back, and give them they give them their hand. They give them their hand after that. That shit fucking hurts.
When I was young, a friend of mine became a cop, and he went to like police academy. He was showing me how they teach protesters to stand up, and you can even do it to yourself, but they hold them right here behind the ears, and they lift them by that like hole in your skull behind the ears. It's a pressure point. And I was like, really? Like, can't you just ignore a pressure point? And then he did it to me, and I stood right up. I wanted nothing to do with how hard he was pressing into below my ears.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That would upset me.
You ever protest anything?
I wouldn't. No, I've never been to a protest.
Ever come close?
Not even 1%. No, I've never thought about going.
Yeah, I haven't either. I remember when the Wall Street stuff was happening, thinking it would be fun to like.
Yeah,
mess
I
with
was
those
in
people.
college. I remember people like doing their little.
I was dating a
song
girl
and
in
dance.
college.
Yeah, there we go. we were both
Occupy
connected
Wall
in that
Street.
way.
We were both in the dorms.
We were both in the dorms.
Yeah, sucked.
I remember that everybody was very displeased with bankers and financial institutions. Fair enough.
And I was with this girl that was so fucking red pilled. I would pick her up at her school, and we go out and get something to eat. And I remember talking about those people and being like, I hate those people. I wish they'd hit them with a fire hose or something. And she'd go on some like conservative like economics rant, because she's taking fucking economics at Oglethorpe, which is. So it was beautiful. Loved that shit. We could hate together against the. That's always fun when you find somebody you can hate other people with. They have common hates.
Yeah, that's what love is made of.
Romantic relationships are 99.9% friendships. I mean, you're not banging all the time. You just need someone who you enjoy spending time with, like doing all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought you were gonna say that the girl you were dating was a like hippy dippy kind of chick, and you had to, you were kind of an odd couple.
No,
you had to drag her towards reality.
No, the opposite. I've definitely dated some like real hippy dippy chicks before. Never so bad where they like had armpit hair or didn't use real deodorant.
Yeah.
Because that's the far hippie side when they stop shaving and start going to some sort of deodorant that doesn't work. like
Dude,
any kind of deodorant that doesn't have that aluminum like take the cancer, dude. You stink.
Aluminum powder is what does it?
Yeah, that's what.
It's probably not aluminum powder. It's probably like aluminum and then some other chemically name. But it's
supposed to be
aluminum.
bad for you because it leaches through your skin into your.
I always
body.
wrote it off as just magic.
Nope, it's heavy metals you're introducing to your body.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
Might
better
be
than
better than-
stinking.